invited. I received an invitation from my granddaughter's preschool to come and join their RAC. I went and met with the team of people and started to collaborate on what that might look like. I put down some fundamental key action plans, because a reconciliation or a RAC, a reconciliation action plan, needs to have outcomes. And it needs to be driven by the actions. We started our plan back in January of 2024. I met with the team of people, I met with the teachers, and then I submitted some great fundamental learning key principles that could support the cohort of all the preschoolers in order so they can be part of the process. We started this wonderful collaboration face to face. I will share with you right now one of the fundamental key actions that didn't happen for the first 3 months of the planning was being face to face. They decided that it probably is in their best interest for time saving that we do it all online. I don't like technology. I disengaged with some of the processes and then asked them again if I could meet with them face to face in order to drive their action plan with actions. They agreed. I started to meet with them. I started to meet with the students and implement some of the learning practices across the whole cohort. Because reconciliation is about us all learning and growing together. Learning and growing fundamental key reasonings behind the first people of this country. And within these teachings that I was able to bring a wealth of knowledge, not only to the teaching staff, but to the children sitting in front of me. I started to grow friends. And they started to learn a respect for language, for cultural values, and for a learning process that is fundamentally key to Aboriginal people. We're great yarners, we love telling stories. And when it comes to teaching children, we need to make sure that they're listening to and they're part of the learning fundamentals. And they do that through storytelling. I took along some props, some posters and colourful, and I used my wonderful whiteboard marker skills in order to ensure that the children were engaged in the whole process. But the best thing about it was I had so much fun. And the school loved to watch and interact with the learning. Some of the teachers come to me afterwards and say, I didn't know or understand some of those fundamental keys about how important it is to stay by the campfire. I told them and shared with them the story of the hairy man. The hairy man was a fundamental learning tool within Aboriginal circles. The children laughed as I talked to them about the smell of the hairy man. You're always feeling this coming. Smell it. Other children said, it must be Rodney because Rodney always smells. It was fun to see their engagement with the process and that they weren't scared by the fact that they understood and knew that it was really important to stay around the campfire and be safe with family and connected friends. I really enjoyed my lesson structure. Many years ago, I happened to be in a school where a school in primary school taught the story of the hairy man. They made a mockery of the hairy man. They started telling him that the hairy man grabbed the children, which was fundamentally wrong. They also made the children in the school have a fear of the hairy man. And because the hairy man was never there to scare the children, but to keep the children safe. I questioned the school and said that this is something that I teach my children, that was taught to me and was taught to my father as well. And you have made a mockery of it, and you have dishonoured the reasoning behind it. That's why it's important with some cultural stories, and it is best delivered from an Aboriginal person. I also, when I took the lesson structure to the next level or the next age group, I have had the permission and the privilege of meeting with an incredible Druitt woman who gave me permission to tell the story of Waggon the Crow. I shared the knowledge of Waggon, who was a big show-off and liked to do everything his way, and he thought he was the best. It's a fundamental learning skill for any child to realise that they should never put themselves above the rest of the group, that they should all be created equal and learn equally and not believe that they are better than others because the clothes they wear or the shoes that they put on their feet. Oh, the children were so engaged with Waggon the Crow as they flew around the room with the children. The children flew with me. And it was so fundamentally important that the children learn this wonderful lesson on how to interact with other people in the community. And that's the whole point. And one of the greatest actions that come out of a RAC, a reconciliation action plan, is about how do we work together, not putting ourselves above anyone else, but working in harmony together to come to an outcome. These were some of the best parts of the plan, not that 3 months earlier where they wanted to do everything in technology, but it was about sitting down and working with the children, supporting the children in learning fundamental outcomes that was going to be embedded into the preschool's policies and procedures on how they were going to teach and encourage harmony when promoting the cultural values of the first peoples of this country. The respect that I received from the children and from the teachers within the unit was wonderful. The preschool wanted me to go to every preschool that they had in order to teach some of these lessons. But of course, my time is precious. And this project, I had to do over 6 months. I taught 3 lessons on 3 different days, but I had to bring those lessons together. And the resources all come from my pockets, not from any other. The time that I spent in supporting the school to put a RAC together was powerful. The final document and the outcome of their RAC, I knew was strongly cemented within their learning structure. It's here when you put down in writing a RAC or a reconciliation action plan, it needs to fundamentally work with everyone. You need to be part of the whole team. if the whole team was going to be online and I never knew who the other people were, I would always doubt and not believe that it was outcome based. But when I started meeting with the people and sitting down with the people in a collaboration, I knew the document would be driven and it would be supported to grow. And when I sat down with those children and I seen their faces and I knew they were engaged in the structures of the learning, I knew the children would grow. A RAC has actions, and actions can speak louder than words. And every word I've said today will be nothing unless the seeds that I planted in those children and in those teachers grow and prosper. It's these outcomes that has supported my project over the last 6 months. And it's these actions that should drive that school over the next 3 years to have an action plan to support all the children of the community to grow. And then I will know that when I meet a child in 3 years' time as they walk across the crossing, I know that we have fundamental knowledge of the culture of the First People of this nation. I thank the RACs for asking me to be part of it. And I thank the children and families of the children that took part in this project with me. But the words written on that piece of paper within that RAC are fundamentally the winner, because they will drive what happens within that school over the next 3 years. Thank you. Back to you, Madam.
Thank you very